Are you one of those persons who's feeling hopeless? Nobody cares? Nobody's interested in you? When you have no hope, there's a sense of dread. Where is my hope? In other words, what am I living for? And there are multitudes of people today who do not have any hope. They have no hope about life itself. So where are you in life? You're lost. It's dark, dingy, dismal, and there you are. It's like being in a swamp emotionally. There's nothing there that is attractive to you. And so you've sort of given up.
You sort of put a mask on your face, pretend that everything's okay when it's not, and you go home and lay in your bed when no one's looking at you, when you don't have to impress anybody, and you're yourself. And fear comes in. You know the fear that you have as soon as you walk into the doors of your house. Maybe there's a broken home. Maybe you have doubt in your life. Maybe you don't know for sure what's going to be happening in the future, and it scares you. Maybe you're worried about what people think of you, what people say about you. Just that fear paralyzes you. And I just want to ask you today, do you think you have hope?
None of us ever get through this life without heartache, without turmoil. And if you believe and you have faith and you can get knocked down and get back up again, and you believe in perseverance as a great human quality, you find your way.
The tragedies don't start when you need the power from them. They start early, accrue interest over time, and in retrospect, when you look back over your life, you understand something that you didn't understand in real-time speed.
And it's not the end until you've given up. And just the fact that you're here should persuade you that you have another chance to get back up. There's still hope.
Every day, no matter what you are facing, get up and start walking. And never surrender.
No matter what happens, have faith. Faith that in the end, not right now, but in the end, it will work out. Faith is believing it will happen. When there are no signs, it will happen. Faith is believing in your dream when no one else does. Faith is sitting in the middle of the storm of your life and still being able to close your eyes and picture the sunny skies. Still being able to feel the better days are coming.
And remember that even in the most wretched times, when you face darkness yourself, no matter how bad things get, remember not to stop. Remember not to pause. Remember not to hesitate. Remember to put one foot in front of the other. Take that first step and start walking. And we will fight. And in fighting, we will win.
One is the way you're using your body, the way you're breathing, the way you're sitting, the way you're moving or not moving. All that affects you, even what you've eaten. Because if your blood sugar is low, it's going to change your state as well, right? If you overeat, it's going to change your state. But most importantly, also what you focus on. Write down what you learned yesterday. Focus equals feeling. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel, even if it's not true. If you're imagining, oh my God, this thing's going to fall apart and the whole thing's going to totally fail and my whole life's going to be over. If you focus on that, you are going to feel like you're dying. You're going to feel like you failed. You're going to feel it as if it happened. But if you focus on what you want and you see it as real and you own it in your body simultaneously, your identity will shift. Your brain will go, I'm doing this, I will find the way. If I can't find the way, I'll make the way. Focus and physiology together, when they're both strong, transform your life. But remember, focus, wherever focus goes, energy flows. So if you keep focusing, oh my God, what does happen? What's that happens? All your energy goes there. You're actually more likely. It's like, I don't know if you've ever done this with your children by accident, but you see your child, maybe they've spilled the milk before and they're starting to get the milk, their hands shake, and you go, oh, don't spill the milk. And what do? They spill the milk every time. Why? Because when you tell them what not to do, the brain has to picture what you just said. Don't spill the milk. So imagine spilling the milk. That puts them in the state to spill the milk. See, we got to put ourselves in the state of what we want instead of what we fear. And when you ask most people, what do you want? What do most people say? They tell you what they don't want. Well, I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to be in a relationship like this. I don't want to work for a jerk like this company or this people. I don't want. So they keep focusing on what they don't want. So they keep feeling what they don't want. So they keep acting consistent with what they don't want. And they keep experiencing what they don't want. So we want to focus on what we do want. We want to see it, feel it, experience it. That's how we program our minds. That's how you create. Otherwise, you just have to become manager of whatever circumstances life or your government gives you. And these days, that's questionable in a lot of places in the world, right? People overreacting, distorting, deleting, generalizing. Today, people are so afraid of that 4-letter word, risk. Can you imagine? None of us could have gotten here unless we took significant risks. And none of us got here unless someone before us was willing to risk their life to travel to some other country, to go around the world, to fight in a war, to try to start a business that could go under. But today, oh, it's risky if you're around breathing next to someone that got you believing. If you want to educate yourself, you don't have to be a person that's terribly, you don't have to be thinking in different ways. Just go read John Hopkins' report. They took it down after one day, but 2 weeks ago they came out here in America. They took it down, but if you go on the Wayback Machine, you can go back on your computer and go back in time on the web. So people have already published it again and again. And what it shows is the same number of people have died this year, 2020, as died in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, and 2015. 2.8 million people. It's within 10 to 15,000 people every year. The same number of old people died in 2020. The only difference is when they looked by disease. Heart disease, for the first time in 30 years, has come down. Cancer has come down. But COVID has gone up in the exact proportions. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Same number of people died.
The fascination that I have is around living in a world right now where we have access to all the how-to. How do I make more money? How do I grow my business? How do I have a great relationship? How do I, find the love of my life? How do I put a rocket ship on Mars? And a lot of people are confusing having information and how to with actually doing it. And I've been fascinated just in understanding, how do I help people unleash more of their potential that already exists? And a lot of people may have heard, they say that we only use 5 to 10% of our brain. That's not true. We use 100% of our brain's capacity and neural networks every moment of every day. But the potential to use more is there. And so our researchers at NeuroGym really are uncovering how to take the best information from the world of neuropsychology, neuroscience, and give it to everyday people so they can say, okay, how do I overcome my fear of not being good enough, my fear of not being smart enough, my fear of being embarrassed or ridiculed or ashamed, or fear of failure or fear of success. These are all psychological issues that everybody feels, but very few people understand, when I feel that, what do I do about it so that I can unlock more of my potential, so I can actually take more action, first on the things I already know that I could be and should be doing, but I'm not, and next on the behaviors that I could be taking to achieve my success easier and faster. And that's really my passion, is helping people unlock that amazing potential within them. So vision board for seeing what you want, the accomplish board for reminding yourself that you've got a lot that you've accomplished, so you feel good, and the crap board.
Do you actually put up images of things you've accomplished?
Yeah, I have them in my closet in my home, encased on the floor.
Like on the floor so that you don't look at them? So you
I look at them just because I sit down and put on my shoes. I want to look at them every day.
Interesting.
Yeah. On my, I have this ritual as well. I do something called brush and prime. So on my bathroom mirror, I have my goals that are on my mirror, so that as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm priming my brain to see my goals in front of me every morning and every night.
I love that.
Right, so that's priming your brain, which is a whole other topic we can have. And then the accomplishment boards reminds me, whenever I look at the stuff that I've accomplished, I go, that wasn't easy. I mean, there were a lot of ups, downs, highs, lows, failures, times I thought I'd quit and I didn't. So it's to remind me to go through the times that I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve those things. And then the CRAP board stands for conflict, resistance, accomplishments, and procrastination. So what conflicts are happening right now that I need to resolve? What resistance is in my way? What am I resisting? What in front of me is resisting right now? And then accomplishment as well is to remind you that you can get through stuff. And then procrastination is what's causing me to procrastinate. So if you create a CRAP board as well, you have that in front of you, and then you can create a game plan for what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about the conflict?